You see the profits, the Lambos, the charts, but what you rarely see is the anxiety, the isolation, the constant self-doubt. No one talks about the dark side of trading. So today I will. This is what trading did to my mental health and why it almost broke me. When I first discovered trading, it felt like I had unlocked a secret door. The idea of making money from anywhere with just a laptop and internet was more than appealing. It was life-changing. I dove in headfirst. I binge-watched videos, read books, bought courses, joined Discords and Telegram groups. I became obsessed. Every win, no matter how small, felt like proof that I was destined for success, that I had found the way out. I didn't realize it then, but I was slowly wiring my identity to every tick of the market. Before long, I wasn't just trading. I was chasing wins, chasing highs, chasing the next big move. I started measuring my self-worth by my P&L. At green days, I felt unstoppable. Red days, I felt like a complete failure. It didn't matter how disciplined I claimed to be. Emotionally, I was riding every candle. I'd skip meals, forget to shower. I'd sit in front of the charts for 10, 12, 14 hours thinking the next move would fix everything, but it never did. My mind was always on. Even when the charts were closed, my brain wasn't. I'd dream in candlesticks, wake up in the middle of the night just to check if I missed something. Trading began to take over everything. I stopped calling friends, stopped attending events. Conversations bored me unless they were about markets, setups, or macro data. I thought I was becoming more focused, but in reality, I was becoming more isolated. And when you're alone with your thoughts, especially after a big loss, it can get dark, really dark. There was this illusion of control I developed. Like if I just studied enough, watched enough backtests, memorized every ICT concept, I'd never lose again. So when I did lose, I blamed myself. I didn't just say that was part of the game. I said I'm not good enough. It became personal. Every stop loss stung. Every missed entry hurt. And that kind of emotional roller coaster, day in, day out, it drains you. I started waking up with dread, going to bed with regret. There was no rest, only stress. Eventually I burned out, not just financially, but mentally. I couldn't focus. I couldn't feel joy in anything. Even outside of trading, my mind felt foggy. There was always a low-level anxiety humming in the background, like I was waiting for something to go wrong. And that's when I realized this isn't just a bad phase. I was not okay. I took a step back, not because I wanted to, but because I had to. And in that space, I started to reflect. Why was I trading? What was I really chasing? I had to face some hard truths. I wasn't trading with a clear mind. I was trading to prove something to myself, to others, that I was smart enough, capable enough, worthy enough. I started journaling, not just my trades, but my emotions. What was I feeling when I entered? Why did I exit? Was it based on my plan or my fear that changed everything? I stopped caring so much about being right. I stopped tying my self-worth to outcomes. A win didn't mean I was a genius. A loss didn't mean I was a failure. It just meant that's trading. I started treating myself like a person, not a P&L machine. I took breaks. I went on walks. I set a cutoff time. I talked to people again, real people, friends, family, people who reminded me that life exists outside of candlesticks. And as I healed, I saw the market differently, not as a monster, not as a savior, but as a mirror. It reflects everything you bring into it, your fear, your greed, your ego. It doesn't create those emotions. It reveals them. Now I trade differently, with peace, with patience, with perspective. I'm not perfect, far from it, but I protect my mind before I protect my capital. Because if your mind isn't healthy, no strategy in the world will save you. If you're in this space and you're struggling, I want you to know you're not alone. We all go through this. It's just that nobody talks about it. So let's start talking. Let's normalize the conversation about mental health and trading. Not just the profits, not just the wins, but the pain, the pressure, the process. As we share our stories, we create a community where vulnerability is welcomed. Each struggle is a step towards growth. Together we can dismantle the stigma surrounding mental health and trading. Let's support one another in our challenges. It's not just about the chase for profits, but acknowledging the emotional toll it can take. So let's raise our voices and cultivate a space where honesty thrives. Because you're not weak for struggling, you're human. And being human in this game is the hardest trade of all. If this video resonated with you, leave a comment. Let's open up this conversation. Protect your mind, trade with awareness, and remember, your worth is never measured by your win rate.